Everything is permitted, but everything isn't beneficial. Everything is permitted, but everything doesn't build others up. No one should look out for their own advantage, but they should look out for each other. These words from Paul in 1 Corinthians 10 are guiding words for us today. As we think about when would be the right time to physically regather as a church, we are thinking about what is beneficial and builds up the church body. We have a regathering task force that met this week to begin this important work together, comprised of Emily Budd, Judy Knight, Tom Cherry, David Cates, Steve McCullough, and myself. This group includes people in the medical profession, age and gender diversity, and church leadership. As we came to the consensus when we met that physically regathering is going to happen a lot slower than any of us initially anticipated. And this is for 3 reasons. Number 1, our local numbers of COVID-19 are going in the wrong direction. These numbers continue to rise beyond what anyone thought they would. We don't know when phase 3 will happen in our state, let alone what the guidance will be for groups gathering in that phase. Number 2, we want to protect the most vulnerable in our midst. John Wesley had 3 general rules for Methodists, and the first one of those rules is this: first, do no harm. Like many congregations, we have many people who are in higher risk populations regarding COVID-19. This includes people over 65. We need to consider anyone who is vulnerable first as we think about regathering for worship. This is how we show the love of our neighbor that Jesus asks of us. The third thing we must consider is how will worship feel? I went to get my hair cut a couple weeks ago, and it was an incredibly sterile and inhospitable environment. While I was grateful for that sterility, I imagine what that would mean for worship. If everyone is wearing a mask, is socially distanced, we cannot sing or speak liturgy aloud, greet one another closely, and we don't receive the sacraments. Is there a hurry to get back together? How do we live into our value of feeling like home in this type of environment? Or should we continue to augment and grow in virtual gathering that will only enhance our ministry once we are able to regather? This is what the Regathering Task Force is considering right now. We'll be sending out a brief survey in the next couple of weeks for asking for your input regarding regathering. I encourage you to continue being the church like you have been. Grow in worship, connecting, serving, and going as you are where you are. Worship with our YouTube service and talk to a friend about it. Connect by joining a virtual Connect group and by growing in prayer and in devotion during this time. Serve by calling and connecting with isolated folks within the Macedonia community and in your own neighborhood. Go by supporting our ministry with Swift Creek Elementary School as we help feed 12 families all summer long. Friends, we are not talking about reopening the church. We are talking about when we will physically regather. The church never shut down. You are the church. Amen.